Today, we're diving into the heart of Greece's untamed beauty with a storytelling journey through the top most incredible natural wonders. Greece isn't just about ancient ruins and sunny beaches. It's a land where nature has sculpted masterpieces that whisper tales of gods, heroes, and epic forces over millennia. Imagine towering rocks defying gravity, hidden gorges echoing with rebel cries, volcanic craters born from cataclysm, mythical mountains where deities once ruled, and enchanted caves glowing like jewels underground. We'll explore each one with a captivating story, blending their breathtaking descriptions with brief histories to keep you hooked from start to finish. Grab your virtual backpack because this is going to be an adventure that'll make you want to book a ticket to Greece right now. Let's get started. Number 1. Meteora, the monasteries suspended in the sky. Picture this. You're standing on the vast plains of Thessaly, gazing up to colossal sandstone pillars rising like fingers from the earth, each one crowned with ancient monasteries that seem to float between heaven and ground. This is Meteora, a place where nature and human determination collide in a spectacle that's both otherworldly and profoundly spiritual. The rocks themselves are giants, averaging 1,000 feet high, some soaring to 1,800 feet, sculpted over 60 million years by earthquakes, wind, and rain during the Tertiary period. It's as if the earth itself reached up to touch the divine, creating a stone forest that's now a UNESCO World Heritage Site for its unique blend of natural wonder and artistic heritage. Our story begins in the 11th century when hermit monks seeking solitude from a chaotic world first climbed these inaccessible peaks. Imagine a lone ascetic, robes fluttering in the wind, hauling himself up sheer cliffs with nothing but faith and rudimentary ropes, driven by a quest for peace amid persecution. By the 12th century, they formed an organized community, building a central church to the Mother of God. But the real magic unfolded in the 14th century when Saint Athanasius, fleeing from Mount Athos, ascended the broad rock and founded the great Meteoron monastery. He named it Meteoro, meaning suspended in the air, capturing the essence of these ethereal structures. Under the patronage of Serbian kings, it grew into a powerhouse of monastic life. Fast forward through the centuries, during the Ottoman occupation from 1453 to 1832, these sky-high sanctuaries became fortresses of faith and resistance. Monks expanded to 24 monasteries, each a self-contained world with churches, cells, and refectories, their frescoes marking a golden age of post-Byzantine art. Rebels and persecuted Greeks found refuge here, hauled up in nets or climbing perilous ladders. Talk about a leap of faith. Even in World War II, bombs rained down, but Meteora endured, though only 6 monasteries remain active today, home to a handful of monks and nuns. Wander the paths today and you'll feel the mysticism. The air hums with ancient chants, the views stretch endlessly over verdant valleys, and at sunset, the rocks glow like guardians of secrets. Meteora isn't just a wonder, it's a testament to humanity's unyielding spirit against nature's might. If you're ever in central Greece, hike the trails, visit the monasteries, and let the stones tell their story to you. Number 2. Samaria Gorge, the canyon of rebels and wild beauty. Now let's trek to Crete, where a colossal rift in the earth hides stories of defiance and untamed wilderness. Samaria Gorge, the longest in Europe at 16 kilometers, plunges from the Omalos Plateau at 1,250 meters down to the turquoise shores of Agia Rumeli on the Libyan Sea. Carved by a relentless river through the White Mountains, its walls tower up to 300 meters, narrowing to just 3 meters at the infamous Iron Gates, where sunlight barely pierces the shadows. This isn't just a hike, it's a journey through a living museum of biodiversity, home to over 450 plant and animal species, including the elusive Cree goat, Crete's wild emblem. The tale of Samaria starts millions of years ago when tectonic forces and erosion sculpted this dramatic chasm. But its human history is a saga of sanctuary and struggle. Ancient Minoans revered it as a sacred site, with ruins of the city of Tara at its southern exit, where coins depicted bees and goats from Hellenistic times. By the 14th century, it became a haven for freedom fighters evading Venetian rulers. The narrow passages and rocky terrain made it impenetrable, a natural fortress where rebels could vanish like ghosts. Centuries later, in World War II, it sheltered Greek partisans and Allied soldiers escaping Nazi occupation, its depths a lifeline for the oppressed. Declared a national park in 1962 to protect its rare ecosystem, Samaria stands as Crete's symbol, an ark for life and a haven of freedom. Hiking it today feels like stepping into an epic novel. Start with Zylascalo, with pine-scented air, cross wooden bridges over crystal streams, spot wild orchids and eagles soaring above. The path twists through abandoned villages where olive trees cling to cliffs and ends at the sea for a refreshing swim. But remember, this wonder demands respect. Flash floods can surge without warning, adding to its wild allure. Samaria isn't merely a gorge, it's a chronicle of resilience where nature and history entwine to inspire every step you take. Number 3. Santorini Caldera, the volcanic heart of the Aegean. Ah, Santorini, the island that rose from apocalypse to paradise. At its core lies the caldera, a massive submerged crater 8 by 11 kilometers, ringed by sheer cliffs where whitewashed villages perch like eagle nests overlooking a deep blue bay. This isn't your average lagoon, it's a flooded volcanic scar with smaller islands like Nea Kameni and Palea Kameni emerging from the center, still smoking from recent activity. The waters shimmer in hues of sapphire, hiding depths up to 400 meters, while the cliffs reveal layers of ash and lava in vibrant reds, blacks, and whites, a geological rainbow born of fire. The story erupts around 1613 BCE with the Minoan explosion, one of history's most devastating volcanic events. Imagine a thriving Minoan civilization on what was then a round island called Strongili. Then, boom, a Plinian eruption, 30 times more powerful than Pompeii's, spewed ash across the Mediterranean, triggering tsunamis that ravaged Crete and beyond. The center collapsed, swallowing the land and birthing the caldera, marking the decline of the Minoans. But this wasn't the first. Santorini's volcanic saga spans 650,000 years, with at least 12 major blasts, 4 causing caldera collapses, the oldest around 180,000 years ago. From the ashes, life reborn. Smaller eruptions shaped the landscape, forming Thracia and Aspranici from fragments. The last activity in 1950 built a lava dome, reminding us the volcano slumbers, not sleeps. Ancient Greeks wove myths around it, seeing it as the forge of Hephaestus or Atlantis' lost realm. Today, sail the caldera at sunset when the sun dips into the sea, painting the cliffs gold. It's pure magic. Hike volcanic trails, dive into hot springs, or sip wine from vines nourished by ash-rich soil. Santorini's caldera teaches us beauty can emerge from destruction, a fiery phoenix in the Aegean that captivates souls worldwide. Number 5. Melisani Cave, the enchanted lake of the nymphs. Finally, on the Ionian island of Kefalonia, hidden beneath lush forests, lies Melisani Cave, a subterranean wonder where sunlight dances on turquoise waters like a portal to another realm. This 3.5-kilometer-long cenote, 40 meters wide and 36 meters high, features a crystal-clear lake so transparent that boats appear to float on air. A collapsed roof lets beams of light pierce the darkness, illuminating stalactites over 20,000 years old and turning the water into a glowing aquamarine. The enchantment weaves through mythology. Ancient Greeks called it the Cave of the Nymphs, a sacred spot where these nature spirits frolicked. The nymph Melisani, heartbroken by the god Pan's rejection, drowned herself in its depths, lending her name and a tragic romance to the site. Formed by karst processes, water dissolving limestone over millennia, the cave hid underground until a 1953 earthquake exposed it, though rediscovered in 1951 by speleologist Giannis Petrochelos. Artifacts from rituals, now in museums, hint at its worship of Pan. Hydrogeologically fascinating, the lake mixes fresh and salt water with currents linking to the sea 5 kilometers away. In antiquity, it was a place of mystery. Today, boat tours glide you through, where sunlight at noon creates ethereal rainbows. Visiting feels like entering a fairy tale. Descend stairs to the dock, row across the lake as guides share legends, and marvel at the interplay of light and shadow. Melisani captures Greece's magic, where myth, geology, and beauty converge in a hidden paradise that leaves you spellbound. Number 7. Navajo Beach, Shipwreck Beach, the sunken treasure of Zakynthos. Imagine sailing along the rugged northwest coast of Zakynthos when suddenly a crescent of blinding white sand appears, framed by towering limestone cliffs that plunge straight into electric turquoise waters. At the heart of it all lies the rusted skeleton of a smuggler's ship, half buried in the sand, like a relic from a pirate legend. This is Navajo Beach, often called Shipwreck Beach, one of the most photographed spots on Earth, accessible only by boat, where the sea glows an impossible blue from the reflection of the cliffs and the calcium-rich seabed. The story begins in the early 1980s. A cargo ship named Panayotis, allegedly smuggling cigarettes, ran aground during a storm in 1980 while trying to evade authorities. The crew escaped, but the vessel was abandoned, its hull now a haunting centerpiece amid paradise. Local lore swirls around it. Some say it was deliberately wrecked for insurance, others whisper of cursed cargo. But the truth is simpler. Fierce Ionian winds and treacherous currents claimed it. Over decades, waves and salt have turned the wreck into an iconic symbol, drawing adventurers since the 1990s when helicopters first captured its aerial drama. Geologically, the beach formed from limestone erosion over millennia, creating sheer 200-meter cliffs and underwater caves that amplify the water's color. The surrounding marine park protects loggerhead sea turtles that nest here, adding a layer of ecological wonder. Visit today and you'll drop anchor offshore, swim through crystal-clear shallows, and stand on powdery sand that feels like powdered sugar. The cliffs echo with the crash of waves, the ship stands sentinel, and at sunset, the whole scene turns golden. Navajo isn't just a beach, it's a dramatic tale of human folly meeting nature's unforgiving beauty, a place where time stands still and legends wash ashore. Number 7. Vikos Gorge, the deepest canyon in the world. Deep in the Pindus Mountains of Epirus lies Vikos Gorge, a staggering chasm carved by the Voidomatis River that plunges up to 1,100 meters deep in places, often hailed as the deepest canyon on Earth relative to its width. The walls rise like vertical stone curtains draped in dense forests of pine, beech, and maple, while the river below sparkles emerald green through narrow passages. This is raw, untamed wilderness in the Vikos Aos National Park, home to rare bears, chamois, eagles, and over 1,700 plant species. The gorge's ancient history stretches back to prehistoric times when early humans sought refuge in its caves. By the Byzantine era, it became a strategic hideout for locals evading invaders, its inaccessibility a natural fortress. In the 18th and 19th centuries, during Ottoman rule, it sheltered klefts, Greek mountain rebels who used the steep trails and hidden springs to launch guerrilla attacks. Villages like Monodendri and Vikos, perched on the rims, became outposts of resistance, their stone houses clinging to the edges like eagles' nests. Formed over millions of years by tectonic uplift and relentless river erosion, Vikos boasts the world's highest vertical drop to width ratio. Hiking the trail from Monodendri to the Voidomatis Springs takes 6 to 10 hours through dramatic scenery, crossing Ottoman-era stone bridges, passing abandoned water mills, and spotting wild goats on sheer ledges. The water is so pure it's drinkable straight from the source. Stand at the Beloi viewpoint at dawn, and the gorge awakens in mist and golden light, revealing depths that make you feel small yet alive. Vikos is Greece's wild heart, a testament to endurance, where nature's power and human spirit have coexisted for centuries. Number 8. Balos Lagoon, the Caribbean of Crete. Tucked into the Gramvousa Peninsula in western Crete, Balos Lagoon is a shallow turquoise paradise where 3 seas, the Cretan, Libyan, and Ionian, seem to merge in a swirl of blues and greens. Pink-tinged sand from crushed shells fringes a lagoon protected by a narrow sandbar, with crystal-clear waters so clear you can see fish darting below. Behind it rise wild mountains, while offshore, the tiny islet of Gramvousa hosts a Venetian fortress ruin perched on its peak. The lagoon's beauty is timeless, but its modern fame exploded in the 1990s when it became a symbol of untouched Greek nature. Ancient sailors knew these waters well. Nearby ancient Kissamos traded here, but the area remained remote until roads improved in the 1980s. A shipwreck in the 1980s, similar to Navajo, added intrigue, but the real draw is the ecosystem. Sea turtles nest on the sands, rare birds flock the shallows, and the lagoon's unique salinity supports unique marine life. Reaching Balos feels adventurous. Drive a rugged dirt road or take a boat from Kissamos, then hike down switchbacks to paradise. Swim in warm, shallow waters that shift from aquamarine to deep sapphire, lounge on soft sands, and climb to the viewpoint for that iconic panoramic shot. At sunset, the lagoon glows like liquid gemstone. Balos is Crete's secret jewel, a place where the sea paints masterpieces, history whispers from distant ruins, and every visit feels like discovering a lost world. Number 9. The Blue Caves of Zakynthos. Off the northern coast of Zakynthos, a series of sea caves carved into white limestone cliffs create one of nature's most mesmerizing spectacles, the Blue Caves. Sunlight filters through the water and reflects off the white rock floor, turning the interior into a glowing electric blue that shifts with the waves. Boats glide inside, where the sea appears illuminated from below, and small arches frame views of the open Aegean. These caves formed over millennia from wave erosion on soft limestone, creating dramatic blues caused by the interplay of sunlight and mineral-rich water. Local fishermen have known them for centuries, using them as shelters, but they gained worldwide fame in the 1960s when photographers captured their ethereal glow. Myths tie them to ancient sea gods, with stories of sirens luring sailors into their depths. The experience is magical. Early morning tours catch the purest light when the caves shimmer like sapphires. Swim in the cool, glowing water or snorkel to see schools of fish dart through beams of turquoise. The nearby Skinati Cape offers clifftop views, but nothing beats being inside, surrounded by living blue light. The Blue Caves are Zakynthos's aqua wonder, a symphony of sea, stone, and sunlight that leaves you breathless and believing in underwater magic. Number 10. Elefsinici Beach, the pink sands of Crete. At the southwestern tip of Crete, Elefsinici is a lagoon beach famous for its pink sands, created by millions of tiny crushed shells and foraminiferae. Shallowed turquoise waters lap over the pink expanse, forming a natural sandbar that connects the mainland to a tiny islet. When the tide is low, you can wade across warm shallows that feel like walking on clouds. The pink hue has enchanted visitors since ancient times. Nearby ancient sites hint at Minoan reverence for the area's beauty, but modern fame came in the 20th century as Crete's tourism grew. Protected as a natural reserve since the 1970s, it safeguards rare sea daffodils, sand lilies, and nesting loggerhead turtles. The lagoon's unique ecosystem, with varying salinity, supports endemic plants and birds. Spend the day lounging on soft pink shores, snorkeling in crystal waters, or exploring dunes dotted with wildflowers. At sunset, the sands glow rose gold against the horizon. Elefsinici is Crete's dreamscape, a gentle, colorful wonder where nature paints the beach in pastel romance, inviting quiet reflection amid one of Greece's most delicate treasures. And there we have it, the full top 10 most incredible natural wonders of Greece, each with its own captivating story of geology, myth, and human connection. From floating monasteries to pink sand paradises, Greece's nature is pure poetry. 11. Lake Plastira, the mountain-bound mirror of Thessaly. Nestled high in the Agrapha Mountains of central Greece, Lake Plastira is a man-made marvel turned natural masterpiece, a vast, deep blue reservoir cradled by forested peaks, rolling hills, and dramatic cliffs. At over 60 square kilometers, its waters reflect the sky like a giant sapphire, with peninsulas jutting out and tiny islands dotting the surface. Surrounded by pine and fir forests, it's a haven for otters, wild boars, eagles, and over 200 bird species, while the air carries the fresh scent of mountain herbs. The story starts in the 1950s when engineer Nikodous Plastiras envisioned damming the Tavropos River to bring water and power to drought-stricken Thessaly. Completed in 1959 after years of labor, the lake flooded ancient villages and reshaped the landscape, but it also created an accidental paradise. Named after Plastiras himself, a hero of Greek independence wars, it symbolizes human ingenuity harmonizing with nature. In the decades since, it has become a biodiversity hotspot and a peaceful escape, far from coastal crowds. Today, drive the winding roads around its shores, rent a kayak to glide across glassy waters at dawn, or hike trails through chestnut groves to viewpoints where the lake seems endless. In autumn, the surrounding mountains blaze in reds and golds. In winter, snow dusts the peaks like powdered sugar. Stay in a lakeside village, sip chipuro by a fire, and watch mist rise off the water at sunrise. Lake Plastira isn't just a reservoir, it's a serene testament to how nature reclaims and beautifies even our boldest creations, inviting quiet reflection amid Greece's inland wonders. Number 12. Diros Caves, the underground rivers of the Peloponnesus. Deep beneath the Mani Peninsula in southern Greece lies the Diros Caves system, one of Europe's most spectacular underground worlds. A labyrinth of chambers, narrow passages, and crystal-clear subterranean lakes stretches for kilometers, accessible by boat through echoing galleries where stalactites and stalagmites drip like frozen rain. The water glows an otherworldly turquoise under lights, reflecting jagged formations that look sculpted by ancient gods, while the air stays cool and mysteriously still. Formed over millions of years by water dissolving limestone in the karst landscape of Mani, the caves were known to locals for centuries, but explored systematically only in the 1940s and 50s by speleologists. Neolithic artifacts found inside suggest early humans used them as shelters or sacred sites thousands of years ago. In mythology, this underworld vibe ties to Hades' realm. Some say these watery depths inspired tales of the river Styx. A boat tour glides you silently through the main chamber, about 1.5 kilometers, past massive columns and delicate curtains of calcite, with occasional drips echoing like distant music. The experience feels timeless. No phones, just the lap of water and your guide's soft voice sharing secrets. Nearby, the land caves offer walking paths through dry halls of bizarre formations. Diros is Greece's hidden subterranean kingdom, a magical descent where Earth's quiet artistry unfolds in darkness, reminding us of the wonders beneath our feet. Number 13. Dragon Lake, the Alpine gem of Tymphi. High in the Pindus Mountains near Zagori, at about 2,200 meters, sits Dragon Lake, a small glacial tarn cradled in a cirque below Mount Tymphi's peaks. Its deep emerald waters, fed by snowmelt, shimmer against stark gray rock and alpine meadows dotted with wildflowers. Legends say a dragon once guarded its depths, breathing fire to protect hidden treasures, hence the name Drakolimni. Geologically, it's a classic post-glacial lake from the last ice age, formed when retreating ice left behind a depression that filled with water. The surrounding Tymphi Massif, part of the Vikos Aos National Park, is a rugged wilderness of jagged ridges, deep ravines, and rare flora like the elusive Apollo butterfly. Ancient shepherds crossed these heights, and in folklore, the dragon symbolizes the untamed power of the mountains. The trek to reach it is an adventure. Start from Mikropapingo, hike steep trails through beech forests and past stone villages, then ascend to the Alpine zone where chamois leap across scree. At the lake, camp under stars or simply sit in silence as clouds drift over Astraca Peak. The water is icy cold, but dipping in feels purifying. Lake Drakolimni is Greece's high-altitude secret, a mythical jewel where earth, sky, and legend meet, rewarding every step with pure, breathtaking isolation. Number 14. Prespa Lakes, the cross-border wetlands of peace. Straddling the borders of Greece, Albania, and North Macedonia in northwest Greece, the Prespa Lakes are twin freshwater wonders, Greater Prespa and the smaller Mikri Prespa. Surrounded by reed beds, rolling hills, and snow-capped mountains, they form one of Europe's oldest lakes, millions of years old, and a Ramsar wetland of international importance. Pink flamingos, pelicans, herons, and over 270 bird species thrive here, while underwater springs keep the waters pristine. Human history weaves through the lakes. Byzantine churches dot islands and shores. Ancient settlements lie submerged, and in the 20th century, they became symbols of division during Balkan conflicts. But in 2000, Greece, Albania, and North Macedonia signed an agreement for joint protection, turning a contested border into a zone of peace and conservation. Boat through reed mazes on Mikri Prespa to spot nesting Dalmatian pelicans, hike trails to ancient hermitages, or cycle the shores watching sunsets paint the water gold. The silence is profound, broken only by bird calls. Lake Prespa are Greece's quiet northern frontier, a living mosaic of biodiversity and reconciliation, where nature heals old wounds and invites contemplation. Number 15, Myrtos Beach, the White-Pebble jewel of Kefalonia. On Kefalonia's northwest coast, Myrtos Beach curves in a perfect horseshoe of white pebbles, backed by sheer cliffs plunging into electric turquoise sea. The water shifts from aquamarine shallows to deep indigo, with no sand, just smooth, rounded stones that crunch underfoot and glow under sunlight. Pine trees fringe the cliffs, and the backdrop of rugged mountains makes it feel like a secret cove carved by giants. Formed by erosion from surrounding limestone hills, the beach's famous color comes from crushed white rock and clear water that amplifies light. Known locally for centuries as a fishing spot, it gained global fame in the 1980s through films and photos, yet remains relatively untouched. No big resorts, just raw beauty. Descend the steep road or hike down, spread a towel on warm pebbles, and swim in invigoratingly clear waters. The cliffs echo waves, goats wander above, and at sunset, the sea turns molten gold. Myrtos is Kefalonia's crown jewel, a symphony of color and form, where nature's simplicity creates overwhelming awe, a perfect finale to Greece's natural symphony. There you have it, the complete top 15 most incredible natural wonders of Greece, each a chapter in the country's epic story of earth, myth, and timeless beauty. From sky-high monasteries to hidden alpine lakes, Greece keeps surprising us. Which of these 15 is calling your name the loudest? Share in the comments, hit like if this inspired your next trip, and subscribe so we can explore even more together. Thank you again for the support. Until next time, keep chasing those wonders. See you soon.